What's up, YouTube? jDantastic here, and today I'm going to be giving a little bit of a follow-up, a little bit of a response to some of the backlash that myself and Rhymestyle has gotten for a video that we did a few days ago, a week ago, whatever, about Xenoverse 2 DLC, future DLC characters, and things like that. In this video, I am only going to be speaking about my opinions. I am not going to be speaking for Dino/Rhymestyle whatsoever. His opinions, his thoughts are his own. I'm also not going to be mentioning any other person. This video is not directed at anyone or for anyone specifically. I've just seen a lot of comments coming in. I've seen several videos being made. And so I kind of wanted to clear it up and maybe explain myself a little bit better than what I did in the video, because I think a lot of it is being taken out of context. I think a lot of it is being misconstrued as something that it's not. So basically what the video was is DLC 3 is about to come out, and we've got DLC 4, and there's hopefully going to be more future DLC coming, new characters added, things like that. And Rhymestyle asked me who I would like to see come to the game, basically beyond what we know is already coming to the game, and my response was, there isn't anyone that I really feel super strongly about coming to the game. Now keep in mind, whenever Dino asks me these questions in these videos, they're usually off the top of his head. We don't discuss these things before we make the videos, so it's not like I have time to plan an answer and make a list or anything like that. So, and I know that a lot of you think like, I have a list in the back of my head. I could spout off 30 or 40 characters right now that I want to see in the game. And I don't... This must have gotten lost along the way, but I have always been an advocate for more characters. Tenkaichi 3 was my favorite Dragon Ball Z game of all time before Xenoverse 2 came along. And I've always stated that the more characters, the better. I understand that we're not going to probably get as many characters as that game had for a long time. It might not ever happen again in a Dragon Ball Z game. But I do like having more characters to choose from, especially someone like me who does a lot of random battles. I like for random battles to be extraordinarily spread out. You could get a flux of characters. It could be literally anyone. But that's not really ideal. Obviously, that's not the case. And so I'm not going to, you know, kind of whine or throw a fit because that doesn't happen. Now, to better answer that question, who would I like to see in the game? There are plenty of characters that I would like to see in the game. The other forms of Frieza. Second form Cell was one of my favorite characters to play with in Tenkaichi 3. There are other GT characters. Obviously, Baby Vegeta, Super Baby Vegeta, Oob, Majub. We have characters from Dragon Ball that could be added in. Arale. We could have Roshi added in. That would be a really fun character to play with. What I meant was, of all of those characters, there isn't any single one of those characters that I want above the rest. I will take any character. Any character that they want to give us, I'll take. And those have kind of been my feelings all along. Now, obviously, I do really enjoy Super right now. I'm really hyped up about it. So I do appreciate that they're giving us more Super characters right now than some of the older characters. But so it came across like I guess that I didn't care, or that I don't want any more characters to be added to the game, or that I would be okay with no more characters to be added to the game. That's not what I meant. The conversation kind of went away from the question a little bit, and we started talking about other stuff. There are definitely, obviously, characters that I would like to see in the game, but I don't have like a ranking system, and so I guess I didn't really get to communicate that in the video, and I should have spouted off some names, but I was in my head when he asked me the question. He said, who would I like to see in the game the most? And I don't really have an answer to that question. I mean, if I had to think about it really hard, it would probably be a toss-up between maybe Tapion and Super Baby Vegeta. I don't know. Like, that's the thing. I would be happy with... I would be stoked if Roshi was in the game. I think playing as Master Roshi would be super-duper fun. So I don't have a ranking system. So that's what I really meant. If they give us more characters, I'm going to be stoked no matter who they are. Whether they're Bojack or, you know, Arale or freaking Grandpa Gohan. I don't know. Like, I want the roster to be as big as possible. So that is what I really meant when I said, you know, there isn't really any one strong character that I want to be in the game, because I'll be happy with any characters that they give us to be in the game. And some people have said, you know, you're accepting half-done work. If Bojack comes into the game, you know, and we're saying, oh, you should just be happy that we're getting Bojack at all. I can see the negative side of that. I can understand that, you know, he doesn't have his base form, and he should have his base form. You know, why doesn't he transform in the game? And I guess my point to that is that we can't necessarily say that Bojack without a transformation isn't halfway done. If Bojack that they're putting in the game is a very solid character, he has a very solid moveset, he plays really well, and they put a ton of work in to make him a very tight character, that's not a half-done character. He might not have his base form, and he might not be able to transform, but that doesn't necessarily make it a half-done character. Now, if they just give us Bojack, and he has a lackluster set of moves, or he has a lackluster fighting style, then yes, maybe he will be a half-made character. Maybe he'll be a character that didn't get a lot of attention or praise. Do I think the fact that he won't have his base form is the biggest deal in the world and it ruins the character altogether? No, I don't think it does. Again, my personal opinion, which let's go ahead and clear that up right now. I don't and have never pretended to speak for anyone but myself. The statements and views that me, jDantastic, make on my channel or any other channel are my views alone. I have never said that I am the voice of Xenoverse 2. I've never pretended that to be true. I am just a fan of the series. I'm a fan of Dragon Ball. I'm a fan of video games. I'm certainly a fan of Dragon Ball video games. I like to play them and enjoy them just as much as you guys out there. And that doesn't mean that I think that I know what's best for the game. I've never pretended that. So just know that. My opinions are my opinions, and if you have a different opinion, that's completely fine. I don't care. I don't care if your opinions are different than mine, because people are going to have different opinions. Obviously, we can see it very clearly in all of these videos that are popping up and these comments that are being made, that people have different opinions, and that's fine, because I'm not speaking for anyone but myself. And also, just because I know people at Bondi or I have friends at Bondi, there's nothing that I can do to sway the game. I don't think I've ever miscommunicated that as well either. I've never pretended that if I suggest something, it's for sure going to be put in the game, or even if they'll consider it more because I say it and it'll be put into the game. I've never pretended to be that. Just, you know, I'm not going to push Bondi. It's their game. So, you know, I can give them feedback, but it's not guaranteed to go anywhere. So, and I don't even really do that so much. I mean, you know, if I go out on a trip or whatever, I talk to them about the game. I can, you know, say, oh, I've seen around the video, you know, I've seen on comments on my videos, people are unhappy about this, or they really liked it when you did this. And I can give that feedback, but I honestly just give the feedback that you guys tell me. I don't go there and, you know, say like, you know, put Tapion in the game because I want Tapion in the game. I don't care what anyone else wants. You put that in. I literally relay like exactly what you guys tell. If ever I talk to Bondi, it's only what you guys say to me. So I tell them negative comments or positive comments, and it doesn't go beyond that. I don't translate it into something else. And you know, if that doesn't get packaged up and shipped off to Dimps and put in the game, there's nothing I can do about that. All I can say is, you know, there's been 15 people on my latest video. They commented. They said, hey, they don't like the fight style of so-and-so, so make sure that next time you do it, you try to do it this way. That's all I can do. I mean, all I can do is tell them what you tell me, and I've never pretended to even be that bridge, you know, like that interaction for me doesn't happen that often. So let's clear that up as well. I'm not, like, I have no control over Xenoverse 2 whatsoever. None. Zero. There was also the part about when I said that GT characters being older and non-canon fall less important than Dragon Ball Super. I still believe that to be true. I maybe could have worded it a little bit better, but people are saying like, oh, he just doesn't like GT. He's always attacking GT. I don't know where that came from either, because I have stated multiple times that I like GT. I'm a fan of GT. I'm not as much of a fan of it as Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball Super, but I've always said that, like, as its own kind of standalone after-the-fact series, I really enjoy GT. I like a lot of the characters from GT. I've stated plenty of times that I would go so far as to say that I like Super Saiyan 4 as a character more than I like Super Saiyan God as a character. There are parts of GT that I like better than Super or Z or whatever. So I wasn't saying like GT is trash, let's not put GT characters in the game. What I meant is that it's older and it still this term gets thrown around and it upsets people so much, but it really is. It's non-canon, and whether we like it so much or not, it's still not as hyped up as what Super is right now. It's just not. It's not the cool new thing, and that's just that's just kind of the way it is. Like Super is the new shiny toy that most people are probably going to want to play with. I would assume. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. I think I would like the Super characters to keep coming before we get older characters, just because they're new and exciting. We've never played with them before, and that's just kind of the way that it is. That's my opinion on it. And I was also seeing that I'm like fake or something because, you know, I don't have any strong opinions, or I don't take the game super seriously. So, like, why am I even a Dragon Ball channel? You know, like, why do I even make Xenoverse 2 videos if I don't care about the game or whatever? Xenoverse 2 to date is probably my most played game of all time. And just because I don't take it as seriously as some people doesn't mean that I don't care about it or I don't enjoy it. It's just I'm that type of person. I try really hard to see the good in things. I try really hard to just enjoy things instead of, you know, whining or complaining about stuff when it goes wrong. I don't know. Whining to get my way never worked with me when I was a child, so I don't expect it to work now, I guess. I don't know. I'm the type of person that admittedly will give a lot of leeway to stuff that maybe it doesn't deserve it as much, but that's just the kind of person that I am. I give lots of things the benefit of the doubt because I would just generally rather have a good time with stuff than have a bad time with stuff. So, and I know there are problems with the game. I've discussed problems with the game with, you know, different characters being OP, different characters being underpowered, moves being unfair, moves being underpowered or overpowered, the connection issues, the issues with the story, the wrong characters being added to the game, you know, tweaks and things here. I've discussed those things before too, and so, but again, it's not like I've never claimed to be like this Xenoverse 2 expert. I make fun of myself all the time that I'm not very good at the game. I've been trying to get better at it lately and learn it a little better lately because I've been, you know, I've played through the game a lot. I've enjoyed. I play a lot of the mods and things, and so now I'm, you know, I'm trying to get a little bit better at the game and explore different ways. We all play the games differently, and again, that's just me. That's always just been me. I've never pretended to be voicing or acting for someone else other. This is just my YouTube channel. This has always been like a hobby fun thing for me. I'm more than just what you guys see in front of the camera all the time. A lot of you might not follow me on Twitter or Instagram or whatever. You might not know what's going on in my life, but I'm a husband. I have 2 kids. I have a real job that I have to go to that's not YouTube. I have all kinds of like real life issues and things going on that you guys never see, and so I don't just sit around. I don't sit around and play video games all day. I play as much as I can because it is a hobby of mine. It's a passion of mine that I've been involved with for a really long time. But you know, I don't have time to sit here and complain about video games all the time. I don't have time to sit here and complain about Xenoverse 2. You know, if I have time to play a video game, I'm going to sit down, I'm going to enjoy the video game. That's just how I am. That's just me. So, moving forward, I just really want you guys to know that I hope you know that I'm not pretending to be something that I'm not. I'm not pretending to be the voice of Xenoverse 2. I love talking about the game with you guys and discussing opinions about the game with you guys, and I will always continue to do that in the comments section, on Twitter, on Instagram, wherever. That's my favorite thing, is interacting with it about the game with you guys, because I am a fan of the game, and I'm nothing more than that. I'm a fan of the game who likes to play the game. I'm a fan of the series who enjoys the series, and I like to talk about it with you guys, and it's nothing more or less than that. So I just really wanted to kind of clear this up, that like that video, you know, of all the videos, that video took off, and so many people were so upset about it and what I said, and I think just a lot of it got twisted, and part of it was probably my fault. Maybe I didn't say it as well as I could have said it, but you know, again, they're just my opinions. They mean nothing in the grand scheme of things. My opinions mean nothing. So they mean just as much as your opinion. Your opinion matters just as much as mine. So I don't know, you know, I don't know what all the hubbub was about or whatever. I'm sorry if I triggered you or said something that just really grinded your gears. It wasn't meant to upset anybody. It wasn't meant to be like a call out or anything like that at all. It was a last minute, off the top of your head, answer this question right now. What do you have to say about it? And I said some stuff, talked about my opinions, and that's what it was. And then I'm seeing like videos popping up and people being like, oh my gosh, jDantastic's bad for the Xenoverse 2 community. He's misleading people. He's not working as hard as he should to get the right characters in the game. What? I never signed up for that. Like I don't know. I just play the game, man. I pop it in the PS4. I have some fun with it. I put stupid mods on the PC and play with those. Like, I just have fun with it. That's all my channel has ever been about, is having fun, especially when it comes to Dragon Ball Z games. Just having fun. That's all I've ever been about. It's about not taking things so seriously. If you want to see super serious Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 content, then go to other channels that take it super serious. That's just not who I am. It's not what I'm about. I play the game for fun, and I will continue to play the game for fun, and that's going to be me. That's it. So, I mean, that's really all I had to say about it. Again, I don't want you to think that, again, I'm not speaking for anyone else in this video or in any other video. I'm just speaking for myself. And I don't want anyone to run out and, you know, seek down these videos or seek down people that might have said, you know, negative things towards me or whatever. I don't need you guys to defend me or, you know, witch hunt, or I don't want any of that kind of stuff. I just wanted to clear the air with maybe people who do watch me regularly and you were confused or angry with me about what I said or whatever. And if you ever have questions for me, I've seen like, oh, we can't approach you because, you know, you wouldn't even talk to us. You're a big YouTuber, so why would you even take... I try to talk to you guys as much as I can. I mean, I reply to comments on my YouTube channel still as much as I can. I reply to tweets all the time. I have my Discord that I try to get into as much as I can. So feel free to ask me questions. I swear I'll try to answer it. You might have to ask it a couple of times on a couple of different videos, and I'll get to it when I can. But, like, don't be afraid to ask me questions. If you want to ask me my opinion, or if I say something and you're like, well, that doesn't really sit right with me, then ask me to clarify. You know, leave a comment, tweet at me. Do something. I don't know. Don't just assume and start hating me for no apparent reason, because I'm, again, can't stress this enough, just a dude. That's it. Just a dude who talks to a camera, watches Dragon Ball Z, and plays video games. That's it. I'm nothing more than that guy. So, I don't know. Thank you guys for sticking with me for so long. Thanks to you guys who, you know, do understand what I'm about on this channel and that like to have fun with the game and don't take it over the top too serious or anything like that. I really appreciate it, because that's just always been my goal. So hopefully this video cleared up some of the air. I rambled on a little bit longer than I wanted to, but I really just wanted to talk about some stuff. So, you know, thank you guys so much for watching. That's it. That's all I got for you. I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Later.